We're now heading into World of Warcraft's 11th expansion, and yet for many players, the classic feel, the soul of WoW, faded a long time ago. Some say it ended with Wrath of the Lich King, others felt it even earlier. And no matter how many expansions have come since, no matter how many times Blizzard re-releases Classic, it feels like we haven't been able to truly get that world back. Which is why today, I want to explore a question that's been lingering in the WoW community for years. What exactly is Classic Plus? Because depending on who you ask, it could mean something very different. Classic Plus isn't a single idea. For some, it's about balance, reworking classes that never quite fit, or giving every spec a real place in raids and PvP. For others, it's about content. New zones, new dungeons, new raids layered on top of Vanilla's foundation. And then for others, still, it's about systems. Rebuilding professions, itemization, or even world design, while still staying true to that slower, more dangerous pacing that made Vanilla unique. Classic Plus isn't just one answer, it's a spectrum of possibilities. But at its core, the philosophy is the same. What if WoW had kept evolving, but without losing its soul? The philosophy of Classic Plus is about evolution without erasure. It asks, what if WoW had continued to grow, but along a different path? One where the soul of Vanilla, the community reliance, the slower pace, the sense of danger was preserved, but expanded horizontally instead of vertically. Instead of chasing even bigger numbers and streamlined systems, Classic Plus explores the paths Blizzard never took, finishing forgotten zones, creating raids out of half-built assets like Karazhan in Classic, and giving life to unfinished storylines. And here's where the debate comes in. Some people argue that maybe Vanilla only felt so magical because of the time we lived in, because back then, nothing was data mined into the ground. Mystery still existed, and we were seeing things for the very first time. Now, I don't personally believe that's the whole story. Vanilla was special because of its design choices and the way it forced community, but it is a point worth considering because it shapes what people think Classic Plus should even aim to capture. And here's the thing, Classic Plus by Blizzard isn't entirely out of the question. They have tried something in the space before, Season of Discovery. It was Blizzard's experiment at reimagining Vanilla WoW, adding new runes, new systems, new ways to play. And while it was exciting, it had its flaws. Some felt it was more of a testing ground, an alpha or a beta version of Classic Plus, before Blizzard eventually moved on just as fast as it came. And so, once again, the future of Classic Plus is left in the community's hands. And that's why fans stepped in. On one side, you have Turtle WoW. Turtle's vision leans into content expansion. New zones, new races, new quest lines, all while staying grounded in Vanilla's slower pace while rebalancing classes that needed it. It's looking at an alternate history of WoW, one where Blizzard never left Azeroth behind. On the other side, there's Project Epoch. They take a different philosophy, focusing...
Forget that intro. Oh, actually, I kind of like it. I'm gonna keep it. But I don't feel like sitting through it anymore. Alright. We are less than 24 hours away from Bronzebeard officially launching. I'm excited. Right now I'm on the alpha. This is just the alpha servers for it. But on their Discord, Dutch has been doing a full Q&A. Like a full-on, just, answering very specific questions about it. I want to just, I was going to make a video about it, but I figured it'd be more fun to just read it on stream. So we're going to run through that Q&A that he has been doing on their Discord page. Let me make sure this is nice and sized for everybody here, so that everyone can see it nice and good. What is in the teasers channel? I wonder if I can, can I zoom in a little bit? Spoiler. Oh. Wait, is that Goldshire? Is this new? For Goldshire? Let me make sure this is more centered for... There we go. Oh man, they redid all the middle zones too. This was not in the alpha or beta. This is rolling out soon. Oh, that's sick. The Brill one looks really good. Alright. Alright. Alright, the VOD of this is definitely going to stay up, so people can look at it as needed. But let me Let me zoom in. I can't zoom in anymore on this. Whoa, whoa. Wait, let me make sure this is like fit to screen. Soon, Xcavia, soon. Soon. We're gonna go through the Q&A. Go through the Q&A. Let me try to make it as big as possible for both vertical and horizontal. Alright, I think that might be good. Maybe zoom out a little bit on it. Let me... that might be a little bit better right there. Alright. Alright. Okay, let's run through this Q&A. So this is just questions that Ditch has been answering the last couple days. I think he's wrapped up for now, but, you know, I was going to make a video on it. Figure why not just go through it on stream. It'd be a lot more fun. What kind of game is that? I've never seen that. You talking about the game we're playing right now? This is World of Warcraft, man. Or are you talking about the teaser channel that we were just in, which I don't know where it is. Where is it? Oh. Are you talking about this? This is coming with Bronzebeard, brother. This is coming out with Bronzebeard. New additions to like Brill, Razor Hill, Goldshire. Let's jump into the Q&A section. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right. So these are, I don't know if he's still doing it, but you can ask questions in the Bronzebeard question section, and he'll pick out the best ones and then read them as, or enlist them in the answers question. So first question here. Will you remove level 1 mounts so everyone get the mount at level 6? This is a very controversial one. A lot of people don't like mounting at level 1. I think it's only going to be in beta, or only going to be on the alpha and the stress test. But, hey, Randy Bartholomew. I appreciate the sub. I need to turn that up. I didn't hear that at all. I'll do that later. Alright, but Novice Riding, which is a new 40% riding, is only available at level 6. It is free. You'll find that the riding trainers for that in the second towns you enter like Goldshire, you cannot mount at level 1. Now, even though this is free, I still think you have to buy the actual mount, like the actual horse you're going to be riding on. So correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I think you still have to actually buy it for like 3 to 4 gold. So, and you could just be really adventurous, go, you know, explore some higher level zones, get some World Forge items, get them really quick, and then go back and like vendor them and then get it. I don't think you're going to have the Vanity Collection sync item as soon as you start. So, unless you bought one of the bigger bundles. So, I don't think you're going to be able to bring over those mounts immediately. Will there be heirlooms at start? He said no, we knew this. Heirlooms will not be available at launch. That and other level 60 like boosts or other experience boost items are going to be locked behind having a level 60 on the realm. Bartholomew, he's sailing across the sea. Heck yeah, he is. Dude, I need to turn up that alert box. Hang on. Subscriptions, YouTube subscribers. Let's just bump that bad boy up right over there. All right, somebody subbed to me. I need to test it. Just kidding. All right, roadmap after release. I want a roadmap like now, but there will be a timeline for the first set of releases, which is up to Onyxia right before launch. So sometime in the next less than 24 hours, we're gonna be getting a roadmap for Ascension. So that's gonna be good. It looks like it's going to be, of course, Molten Core and Onyxia first, and whatever is next after that. Cross-faction for all content. Mythic Plus Ascended Raid. Yes. Yes, there will be cross-faction for all that. GDKP. Ooh, that's a good question. I don't know if anybody asked that. That is a really good question. We'll have to see. There's going to be an article of how all like cross-faction content works. I know you could turn on Mercenary mode. And that's a spell in your spell book, and that makes you free for all PvP flags. So that is a new addition to PvP. If you prestige and then die to a hardcore challenge, class is so overpowered that the world is going to be steamrolled. I actually don't think so. I think it's still going to be pretty difficult. Like you'll still feel a little bit like if you're pulled too much, I think you'll still probably die. At least in the early levels. I don't think classes are going to be super busted until people are getting in the heirlooms, if I'm being honest. If I prestige and then die to a hardcore challenge, do I continue leveling in prestige or do I reset to 60? Yeah, so you can prestige also. It's like Call of Duty prestige. If you hit 60, you can basically start again. Yeah, you basically start it again, and just all the World Forge items reset for you. So if you die in a hardcore trial while prestiging, you just fail the trial. You don't actually reset. What time to spam that Anixia raid together with Guild and Bronzebeard? Still getting the Mountain and Loon. Oh, we're gonna be spamming it. Can we see the talents for Bronzebeard somewhere? Not yet, but there is a question. Actually, it's the very next question. Can we get a talent calculator, please? It will be after launch. They will be releasing talent calculators. The same team members who would handle that are preparing the server environment and getting additional realms ready in case they're needed for launch. So not yet, but you will be able to see a talent calculator soon. Are all the PvP mods reset from other servers since this is different, or will the modifiers still be in place? I'm assuming this isn't referring to Elune, Area 52. There's some PvP modifiers for like some spells. And that reduce some damage of specific spells. So it's going to be used very sparingly on Bronzebeard while still trying to keep the foundations of Classic for that kind of stuff. People are worried that Mana Storms are going to be a main grind you have to do like on Elune, and that will make the world feel dead. No Mana Storms. There are no Mana Storms on Bronzebeard. So people focusing on that, don't got to worry about it. He said that the focus of Bronzebeard is making the open world the best way to level. You can level other ways and have a great time, but the goal is the open world being the most viable way to level for most people. So open world leveling is still the biggest way for leveling. Will the early mana starvation issues be addressed somehow? I actually had this question too, because I wanted to roll Paladin, but they got a lot of mana issues. Let's see. Changes were made within the last few weeks. Principle for Bronzebeard is that mana should matter on Bronzebeard primarily during combat and a bit less so during downtime out of combat than it did in vanilla. So basically this means that mana costs on Bronzebeard are more in alignment with vanilla, while the out of combat regeneration is somewhere between vanilla and wrath. Alright, so casters, your in combat's going to be about the same as, Bronzebeard, as vanilla. But out of combat, you'll probably regen a little bit faster. It's quality of life. Will enemy mob spawn be enhanced on release? Will enemy mob spawn be enhanced on release so questing can be smoother? Ascension realms have pretty robust dynamic spawning that is reflected. So dynamic respawns, yeah, they will have dynamic respawns on the server. No worries about that. Are the World Forge items going to be one per character or one per account? No level scaling? True. Yep. You can turn level scaling off if you want to. It is an option to turn it off. I think he talks about that a little bit. Once per character per playthrough for these World Forge items, like we talked about. If you prestige, it resets all their World Forge items, so you can pick them up again. And they do not despawn if somebody else grabs them in front of you. Layering. This is a big question a lot of people had too. There's not going to be... So how will be layering in the beginning, since a lot of people will be grinding on starting grounds? The vast open world will not have multiple layers. Level scalings. Oh my god. I didn't even think about level scaling for mages AoE grind. I don't think it's going to... I think because it's using the Wrath talent system, I don't think mages, just like the Blizzard... I don't think improved Blizzard's going to be in it like it was in vanilla. But I didn't even think about AoE leveling with the thing. You can literally stay in the same... You can stay in the same spot the entire time. But I don't know... I think there's an AoE cap, right? There's definitely an AoE cap since we're on Wrath. So, I'm pretty sure. There are only two places that will have layers. Capital cities, and then the starting zones. And you can change your instance, change your layer at any time with a button on your minimap in those two places. This, I think, is the proper nuance to balancing having a huge population with great performance while minimizing the impact on gameplay. There will be no layer cheesing on the realm as a result of this, and the realm will be able to hold tons of players. They also said they may have a second realm like ready to go on launch if it gets too many people, and then they'll merge them later on. But no layering outside of capital cities and starting zones, as well as different layers based on your PvP or risk style. That's where you only see those other people. Let's see. Will crafted epics also benefit from random affix add to crafted gear? Oh, this is like of the monkey if you get a craft piece of crafted. Yes, crafted epics will have random affixes. I don't know if I like that, because if I get an epic, I don't want to have to keep making it over and over again to get the one I actually want. It's whatever. Is there a pre-download for Bronzebeard server? Yes, just download the live client that is used for Area 52, Alune, and Bronzebeard, and you're all set. Yeah, if you have not already opened up your Ascension launcher, there's been like 7 updates that are huge. Go ahead and open that up and download that, so you don't have to wait tomorrow. They're pretty big. Quest drops. Will quest drops be shared? Yes, quest drops are shared. And in addition to that, EXP reduction for being in a group is not as high to further promote grouping up. That's huge. Improved grouping mechanics. I like that. So usually in vanilla, I didn't really like grouping with people that much because it would, one, take forever to finish a quest and also suck XP. Shared quest drops and better experience for being in a group. That's huge. Can we level efficiently through Battlegrounds? Yes, you can. A lot of people had that question on my PvP video. The goal is for open world to be the best way to level while still making it feel great to play whatever you want to play. So you can level in Battlegrounds. That's big. Are XP pots and auras open day 1? They're not. I know that. Nope. XP items will not be available on launch. Titan scrolls and buffs. Titan scrolls that buff the entire world are available because everyone in the realm benefits from them. What time does Bronzebeard drop? For me personally, it's 10 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow. But if you look on the Discord announcement, it's automatically changing to your time zone. So tomorrow, 10 a.m. for me, I'll be live 30 minutes prior to that. If I don't see you there specifically, 2-4, you and I, we're going to have some beef. Just kidding. The activated skin peeler from Area 52, I don't know what that is. But it's not playing on Bronzebeard. I'm not sure what the skin peeler is. If there are too many people, will Ascension open an overflow server that eventually emerges like Epoch did with a Menethil? Yes, this is being prepared for. Additional realms will be made available and then later merged as needed. That's good. W. What is the server start time? Yeah, that's what we just actually answered. You can see the release time in the original release announcement. It adapts to your time zone. Cool beans. So what's actually different from vanilla? Yeah, I'm not going to look at all these, but there's a huge article saying what's different from vanilla. A bunch of more quests, more items, more zones, more hub zones. I think there's a couple new instances already. I'm not going through all that. How closely will the team keep an eye on balance? Blah. Balance. The bane of MMORPGs. The Ascension team has a pretty big focus on spells and talents because of the classless roots. After doing balance on classless, which is kind of impossible by comparison, the Bronzebeard balance should be really efficient. What is the server release time? Is that my 99 3-point shooter that doesn't shoot? It is. 10 a.m. Eastern tomorrow, bro. Be live at 9:30. Be there. A lot of the metrics and analytics have been made over the years to get a good overview to be able to make changes as needed. There will be... Okay, so they're going to be paying attention to balance a lot. That's good. Where does Torwatha... I'm not even going to attempt to say that name. Torwatha fit into progression. This is a new instance. This is a new dungeon. Is it going to be accessible in the open world or RDF only? Random Dungeon Finder only. Is it going to have new loot, and what can we expect from it with boss encounters? Since Torwatha is technically in Sunstrider Isle, it will be available via RDF only. Okay. New boss loot. Boss mechanics. Boss mechanics are somewhere between Vanilla and Wrath of the Lich King complexity. It's an early game dungeon. So new dungeon, only available via Random Dungeon Finder, called Torwatha. What server am I going to be playing on? I don't know the difference. Well, there's only going to be, as of right now, there's only going to be one server on launch called Bronzebeard. The other Ascension servers are classless, like you pick your own spells as you're leveling up. But the one we're talking about tomorrow coming out, that is just OG Vanilla Classic Plus type. So Bronzebeard, unless they make a second server just for population, I'll see. So as of right now, Bronzebeard, of course. Let's see. Any plans to offset the initial circus of starting zones being overrun? Yep, dynamic respawns and layering. Are we concerned about people or bots camping the spots for the various items spawning out in the world? That doesn't matter, because the World Forge items, only one person can see them, and you can only loot them. Yep. Can hunters expect to find new rare pets to tame than usual? Quite a few of them. There are many new rare pets made for Ascension exclusively, like this. Oh, that bear looks cool. Haven't played any other Ascension game modes. They're kind of fun. They're short-term fun. I wouldn't play on anything else long-term probably, but they're short-term fun. Heading to bed, have a good one, broski. Yeah, if I don't see you tomorrow, remember my name, bro. Just kidding. Will cosmetics in huge amounts from bundles have the option to be disabled for other players like transmog disabling? Yes, if you want the classic vibes, you can disable all transmog mount and custom visuals that other people have. You still see your own. You actually choose it on character creation, but then you can choose it in your wardrobe at any time. Yeah, you can disable transmog and stuff. On this note, oh, this is the big one. You can disable level scaling too. On Ascension, level scaling never scales creatures down to you. You can't just skip to any level zone you want. It just stops them from going gray. So you can play with any friends or finish a questing zone. So level scaling, you can turn it off. That is, I think that's recent. You can turn off level scaling. And you can also turn off all experience bonuses if you're kind of nuts. Why is there no advantage for playing in war mode, such as more XP? 10% experience bonus for playing in war mode and a 15% bonus for leveling in high risk. I might be in war mode, but I'm not playing high risk, bro. Will dungeons scale to your level? So level 15 could do dead mines with level 40 and still get XP. Follow up, will there be a dungeon finder? There is a dungeon finder, but with changes. There is only random dungeon finder while leveling. So you can't snipe specific dungeons. If you want something specific, you need to form a party and run there. There is no experience from completing LFG. Instead, the experience has been spread out across the bosses to disincentivize rushing last boss to promote running. There is no satchel or bonus gear from LFG. Instead, this just drops from the bosses. Dungeons do not scale if you run to them. Dungeons scale to your level only in LFG, but you can't just roll BRD at level 15. That would be horrible. Instead, the range of dungeons you can access is just expanded a bit in LFG. The goal here is just to minimize queue times while also maintaining the progression and journey of unlocking higher level content. So there is LFG, but it's not going to be like a level 10 or level 15 can jump into BRD. You can just do a little bit higher. If you physically run to the dungeon, it's not going to be like scaled. So that makes sense. I think that's how it is on retail too. Andre, appreciate the sub, dude. This is a basic, good old-fashioned name. All right, we'll recruit a friend to work on Bronzebeard at launch. If not, is there a rough timeline we can expect for it to be enabled? It will not. It will be enabled alongside XP items post-launch after enough people have reached level 60. All right, so they're going to be holding off all the XP items until enough people reach level 60. That makes sense. How do talent works? It's Wrath Lich King talents. Do we get more points, or are they squished down for vanilla? There's videos covering that. Actually, wouldn't mind watching this video. Yeah, it's Wrath talents, but it's the short version. You get vanilla talent points, then you get your crossover talents that you usually have in Wrath with rare mystic enchantments. You can have 6 mystic enchantments. What class should you level? I don't know. What class should you level? I think I'm gonna level a paladin. So whatever doesn't take my gear personally, I think that's what you should roll. But honestly, I mean, every class is going to be good. Andre, oh, dude, you're in the chat. I didn't think you were in the chat. Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate the sub. But yeah, and honestly, I think all classes are going to be good, and there's going to be a lot of different playstyles for them, so really play what you like. Is there any group level scalings? Can characters with large level disparity still play in the same group? Yes, so if the person... I think when you're in a group, it's scaled. But then it turns into... I think it goes by the group leader, I think. Don't quote me on that. So if the group leader has level scaling on, then that person would also have level scaling on. So say, like, you're a level 30 in the starting zone, everything's going to scale to level 25 for you. So, yeah, so characters with larger level disparity can still play in the same group if they have level scaling turned on. So you can play with your friends pretty much anywhere. Yes. Narrow Dre, oh, what's up, dude? Going over this Q&A that Dutch has been doing on Discord. Just kind of reading through it. So, you know, it's like less than 24 hours from launch. I think we're actually, let's see, 24 hours is 10. It's 21 hours, I think. Less than 21 hours. If there are plans are to, what the fudge? What is it saying? If the plans are to have Bronzebeard go horizontally without going level 60 plus, as adding new zones to missing spots. I don't understand what this question is worded really weird. Is it saying, will Bronzebeard grow horizontally? The answer is yes. I'm hyped for the release tomorrow. Looking forward to exploring it. Oh, I'm hyped too. I'm definitely hyped. You want to join any guild later? Oh, I should set up a countdown timer. Oh, can I do that in my sources? I would if I knew how to do that. I'm not that smart though. That is a big brain move to do though. You want to join any guild later? I want to create my own, but need to gather 9. Countdown timer, yes please. Oh, you guys are killing me. All right, I can do that. Hang on, let me big brain this. Excavia, I think we're talking about maybe putting a guild together like within like this channel's community. But we'll see. I don't know how to do a timer. Or unless I can just hang on. I got you. Don't worry. Let me just big brain this. Here we go. Do I use OBS? I use Streamlabs OBS. Yeah, if you can give me the quick steps on how that's done, I would definitely put up a timer. Because I was about to just Google it and like add it to the little corner. Create a countdown clock. Bronzebeard. Countdown date. October 3rd. Event time. 10 a.m. Let's do it. Wait, hang on. I may oh, no. Now this is really ghetto what I'm doing. If you have the steps how to do that in OBS, that'd be a lot better. Because I was about to do something really ghetto that I just don't want to show. But yeah, if you know how to do it in Streamlabs, I would definitely do it. Alright. Ew, this Coke is flat. How much disparity will there be required between one class and another before you implement a nerf? Oh, that's an interesting question. Is there a metric you follow or will it be based on how many people complain? To understand this approach, it's another video linked. The Creature RPG overhaul creates a framework where the meta is more fluid and circumstantial, where different specs and classes perform differently in different encounters. The vision of the realm is in many ways the soul of a good RPG, so balance is done. So they're gonna be I'm confident they'll be able to balance really well. I don't know how much balance that's gonna be in PvP, but we'll see. John Estelle, you're not prepared? No, bro. Nah, bro. I'm tired of this. I have a new background. Yep, check it out. Okay, that's not it. That's also not it. Jesus Louise. That's my new background, bro. That's me, because I'm epic. And I like being epic. Alright. Can PvP get lots of love on Bronzebeard? Or will you guys completely disregard PvP like every private server does? Thank you for making this game. I'm very excited. Been putting a lot of time these past few days on making sure world PvP can really shine. So I think on the tail end of development, they're focusing on PvP now, which is good. Also no clue how to do it. I think it's a widget. I just don't know what kind of widget it is. Yeah, I just don't know what kind of widget it would be. Thank God we were able to disable all type of transmog except it kind of builds on the vanilla feel in my opinion. Yeah, I'm glad you can disable like all that crazy transmog now. Or I think you could always. But I wish I could disable like the costumes and stuff people can put on. I don't know if that's an option to disable. Excavia, I will slowly find other people. Oh, for sure, bro. Gotta go sleep. See you tomorrow, bro. Would you say that it's the selling point of Bronzebeard and what would you say is the selling point of Bronzebeard and makes it different from Area 52? Is Area 52 gonna keep receiving updates? I think the reasons to play both are largely shared. Area 52 is getting all the updates that Bronzebeard gets. The deciding factor for most people, which realm they play, is going to be just two things. Do you want to play classless or with classes? Do you want to play in vanilla or in TBC? The classes are a lot more approachable for a lot of people than classless and just more than what they are looking for. Area 52 will continue to get updates and there are already quite a few big things in the works. I like transmogs, but I like to disable wings. Yeah, Yeah, anything cosmetic that just I wouldn't. I wish I could just disable it all. Some of the transmog looks cool, but something like the crazy looking transmog, it's kind of whatever. This is an extension on this answer. It is relevant here to talk about the new focus with having 3 core ways to play: classless, Bronzebeard, and COA. The best thing that can be focused on from here is the content that is most relevant to all of those realms: new dungeons, new zones, new expansion, new world content, etc. Much of the team has been built around the idea as a result. So they're still, I mean, they're still mentioning COA, but I think they're really trying to get, unless they're just really trying to get Bronzebeard out. Hunters use ammo or not? Yes, unless they're melee survival that is supported by the new talents. So melee survival hunters with their mystic enchants, that is in the game. We'll see how it compares to turtles. Is there a crow's cache on Bronzebeard? Yes, it will. I think this is a high risk PvP thing. I'm not sure entirely. Yes, it will work a bit differently though, and there will be more info on closer when Crow's Cache releases. Are there plans for additional custom content, such as more mini zones, full zones, dungeons, etc.? They linked the teasers channel, which has, these just came out a few minutes ago. Updated middles, like beginning starting areas, like Goldshire and Dalinar and stuff. I didn't look at these. It's going into Braille still. I don't want to spoil it too much. Oh, Alex, that's a cool looking login screen. Can undead be paladins? I think so. I think it's Taurens, or maybe I think it's actually just blood elves. I think it's just blood elves. Oh god, I lost my place. Where am I? Where am I? Where am I? Here we are. How do I sync my vanity for Bronzebeard from other realms? You sync your vanity with the vanity sync items that comes in either of the supporter bundles. Alright, so yeah, at the beginning, to sync your other realms, you need to have one of these items, one of the chests. So you won't be able to bring over that mount immediately. Have I decided on the class? I think I'm gonna probably be rolling a paladin. I'm leaning towards paladin heavily. Blood elves and Taurens? Yeah, that's what I figured. Yeah, blood elves, Taurens. Oh, undeads can also be paladins. Yep. So blood elf, Tauren, and undead can be paladins. I don't know why this undead looks trippy in this red gear to me. But yeah, they can also be a paladin. We could jump into Bronzebeard in a little bit. Let's see. Question 1. Is it possible to have a middle ground transmog setting? Keep armor transmog shown for everyone, but hide effects like wings. Ah. Here you go, Nero. This is that same question. I definitely like to provide more granular options in the future, such as having classic versus modern option for transmog. It is on the table. So it is on the table for them to be adding some type of like removing the super transmog items. So it's on their mind. Andre's thinking about Undead Paladin. Bro, if you go Undead Paladin, we're going to have to 1v1 for the honor. What is realm cap? Realms can hold 10k plus. All right. How many player will be in raids? 40 in vanilla or 2025? Raids, flex scaling, flex rating. I think it's going to be so much fun. I am super, super looking forward to 10-man Molten Core. It's going to be so much fun. Is Bronzebeard going to be having WoD models? Totally up to you. You can have them on or off. You can do that in the launcher. You can see what model you want. I don't like WoD models. I play with classic models. Let's see. Will you transition Bronzebeard? This is a big one. Will you transition Bronzebeard to TBC or Wrath, or keep it vanilla and add content? Originally, this was going to be going up to Wrath, but apparently this really depends on the demand and what the community wants. There's a possibility to just keep expanding vanilla, or even keeping a vanilla realm open when it transitions to TBC. Nonetheless, vanilla progression will not be rushed at all, as there's a lot of content planned. That's good. If I bought something in the store during alpha, do I get it in live? All progress from alpha is wiped, but the currency used on the alpha is an extra test currency that is just added in addition to DP. So you still have the DP unspent to use on live. Live Bronzebeard launch will use DP. Alright, so I guess you're basically refunded everything you used on alpha, or it's like you didn't even spend it. You can log in in classes realm, see the trial. What are the rewards for each trial we do? Mostly interested in hardcore. Beta code. Oh, what's up, dude? Are you planning on playing Alliance or Horde? I would never play dirty, scummy Horde. Just kidding. I'm probably gonna roll Alliance because I'm more familiar with it. And I most recently leveled to 60 on Horde on Anniversary, and I'd like to go back to Alliance. What are the rewards for each trial? You can log in a class realm, see the trial rewards. They're gonna be the same. How do I refund for the skin peeler? What is the skin peeler? I don't know what that is. The first day it was listed in purchasable for Bronzebeard. Now it's gone from the list. What do I do? I played Anniversary up until about halfway through BWL, and I played Undead. But I was itching to go back to Alliance after that, so I'll probably go back to Alliance. Be a basic human paladin, Andy. Why quivers don't have attack speed? This is a hunter question. Quiver's attack speed is baked into Hunter's baseline, so that they actually just have big bags. That's a W change. Stress test was great, but would you consider there will be at least 5 times more players, even more? Will the servers handle it at launch? Isn't the skin peeler the thing that auto skins mobs? Is it? I know it's whatever it is. It's not on Bronzebeard. They do not have an. Oh, it is the auto skinner thingy. Yeah, it will not be on Bronzebeard. So no need to do anything with that. There you go. Word, homie dog. Yeah. So no, not gonna be on Bronzebeard. Let's see. What was the question again? Did you consider there would be at least 5 times more player? Skin peeler was automatic skinning like the loot bot. Oh, is there? There is an automatic loot bot though. Is that on Bronzebeard? I remember some people talking about that. Yes, generally the biggest bottleneck for an MMORPG is how many players can have near each other at a time. The one reason why our stress limits, you can only create a human. Oh, that's one reason why they made it so anyone can only create a human, so they can stress that out specifically. Typically, we see 5 to 10 times the amount of people who show up on launch from a stress test. On actual launch, all the players will be spread across multiple zones and continually spreading out more and more. Additional realms are prepared. Dynamic respawn is ready to go. Additional layers only in starting zones and capital cities. Beta code, will Bronzebeard have cross-faction groups? Yes, it will. Cross-faction grouping and raiding. Yep. It will. That will be on Bronzebeard as well. Is there any option in Bronzebeard to level synchronization of dungeon mobs? Yes. Alright, so you can turn off level scaling in dungeons if you wanted. With the new RPG gear for mobs out in the world and dungeons, will bosses in higher difficulty dungeons still have a chance to drop their new gear as higher rarities of loot? For example, heroed in Scarlet Armory. Yes, it's rare quality loot. I also, like literally in like Jasper Load Mine and Elwyn Forest, there's a rare that spawns and drops a blue staff. His blue staff that is like gives spell power at level like 8. I love this. Is a really cool feature that I think Blizzard should implement if they do Classic Plus world immersive items. Let's see. Spoiler. Some future content. What am I looking at? This looks like that's definitely Dunmarogue. Man, where would this be? It's Dunmarogue. What would be next to Dunmarogue? I'm trying to think. There's a broken down bridge over here. This wouldn't be in Loch Madan, would it? No, I don't think it would be in Loch Madan. Let's see. Do all raid difficulties scale 10 to 25 or only normal heroic like retail? All raid difficulties are 10 to 25. Alright, everybody get ready for 10-man Ascended Molten Core by October 18th. Lock in. Alright, so a lot of this is like right next to, or maybe Molten Core or Winter Spring. Or not Molten Core, but Dunmarogue or Winter Spring. This was like really Blood Elfy. This is definitely an Ashara. Never mind, this is Ashara. 100%. Path between Storm and the old hidden path that was never completed. Wait, that was the path between Ironforge and Stormwind, the old hidden path that was never completed? Like near Loch Madon, am I thinking? I didn't even know there was a hidden path there. That's cool. I noticed faction change potions are missing. Will they be added later? I want to level a horde, but living in a mud hut at 60 is not my thing. That's slightly racially charged, I think. This guy should get looked at by the, by ICE. Just kidding. Cut that. That was controversial. Yeah, they're disabled just until round first. Okay, so you can faction change. Gonna have so much fun exploring this new world. Yeah, dude, I'm excited. That's like the biggest thing I'm excited for. Let's see. Oh yeah, so level scaling. They give you an option right here. I think literally, yeah, you can turn it off. It's a new UI system they added recently. I think you can definitely turn off level scaling. That's a character. Oh, you can do it on character creation as well. Honestly, I think I might keep mine on for a little bit. I'm probably late to the party, but what is PvP power going to do exactly? If it works like it did in retail, in future versions of WoW, it just means your abilities, do more damage and take less damage in PvP, pretty much is a basic breakdown. Kind of like resilience, I think, in the future. Just you do more PvP-based damage, I'm pretty sure. It's just a stat that goes on PvP items. And someone else can probably explain that a lot better. But that's basically what it is. If you PvP, you want a lot of PvP power, and you'll do more damage. That's what it equates to. Will there be a way to turn off XP scaling? Alright. A lot of people keep asking this over and over again. With a large amount of players getting ready to flood the servers on Friday, can we expect gathering nodes? Oh, good question. Gathering nodes will also be on dynamic respawn. So if I see anybody, camping my copper, we're gonna fight. A trainer in every village. Why bother going to the main cities then? Cities will be even more dead. We need more reasons to go to cities, not less. This guy's angry. There is not a trainer in every village. There are trainers in the same places as Classic. Anyone who has played Ascension Realms. Okay. This is true, but you can also have a book. Like, there's also the Ascension book that just kind of, you can just have you follow around and be your class trainer. But there's not going to be one in every city. Every little village in town. Dude, my headset is falling apart. Think PvP power, more damage, more healing, resilience, less damage. Yeah, I don't think resilience. Basically, yeah. I don't think resilience is gonna be a stat in this. But yeah, PvP power just gives you some boosty. Gabriel, so we hyped, huh? Oh, I'm hyped. Are you not hyped? Because if you're not hyped, you owe me $10. Auction houses are still... Yeah, that's another reason to go back to cities. Auction houses, of course. I'm stuttering all over myself, bro. Oh, brother. I'll make a Chick-fil-A in the morning. Alright. How is high-risk mode activated? Do you need to go to a special location on the map, like a capital or city? You can change to high-risk, war mode, or PvE mode in any town is in your spellbook. I'm wondering, is there a minimum level requirement for war mode? Because if not, I would turn that on immediately. Just get a boost until I do run into PvP or contested areas. If you go into high risk in World Forge gear and get killed, do you lose the World Forge item? Huh. Yes, but you can fail-com them so you lose gold instead. If you lose them, you can always prestige and get them again. I recommend just not losing them in the first place. Yeah, so in high risk, if you die, you lose your gear. You lose a piece of gear. But you can mark one as safe and just get charged gold instead. Will there be a shop to get gear for PvP or PvE on the shop and get gold? Nope. That is straight pay to win. So not doing that. How are Draenei and Blood Elves able to be in Bronzebeard, but their starting zones aren't? Is there a technical reason that they couldn't just add those zones versus all of TPC? Good question, because Draenei start in the Night Elves and Blood Elves start in the Undead areas. Yeah, it is weird. They're actually in the Outland map off to the side. So they're actually not available in vanilla at all, even though the races can be added. Am I talking about Epoch? No, this is a Bronzebeard Q&A section for the server coming out tomorrow. This is for Bronzebeard. With the starter packs, they are mailed to the first character created on the realm, so they will already be selected based on class. Or can you pick the character, mount, transmog, or whatever you want? Will the mount be usable on all other characters? Yes, they are mailed to the first character, and then you get to choose which class cosmetics you want. You can use the mounts on any class. Did anybody buy the bundle in chat? It's like, I think it's like 30 or 60 bucks. I want to mount fast. That's the only reason I would get it would be to mount. Sorry if this has been asked or is it dumb, but with Bronzebeard going live 10:03, are we going to have to reinstall to the live launcher? If so, we're going to need to uninstall it from the PTR side. You did buy it? Did you buy the big one or the small one? Life of Riley, you bought it as well. Which ones did you guys buy? Ascension is cooked. Isn't Bronzebeard not going to last for that long? No, Ascension's probably the least cooked out of any server. No. Ascension is in a good spot. Epoch, which is under Ascension ownership now, is in a little bit of a weird spot. No, Bronzebeard's got a lot of hype around it. I think it'll be lasting for a while. Epoch only has like 1,000 people left. Yeah, I know. It's. I'm hoping Epoch somehow hangs on. Yeah, you did buy it. You bought the big one. Beta code, you did not. I might buy the small one, but I don't want to get flamed. But then again, I don't care if I get flamed. I just saw your video and asked about raid releases. Did you get your answer yet? No, I did not. But there was a question at the beginning of the Q&A. They're going to be releasing a roadmap prior to launch. So sometimes the next 20 hours, then we should get something leading up to, like, release content up to Onyxia, they said. So we should get one here soon before launch comes out. And I appreciate you watching the video, Wuzzy. Appreciate it. If you've not already watched that video, if you're going to go watch the video from stream, comment Juicy Fruit. I look at it the same way I look at Path of Exile. The devs deserve a payout too. True. And Path of Exile is a really fun game. I meant Bronzebeard isn't only a testing server, like it isn't gonna last that long. No, Bronzebeard is a full-on server. It's its own full Classic Plus server. Fully releasing live tomorrow. It's been in testing for like months, but it's gonna be its own stable progression server. Whatever helps y'all cope with spending that much on a private server. Yeah. I mean, some people. I mean, you can't just hate. It's like buying a microtransaction in a game you like to play, like buying something on Path of Exile or buying like virtual currency on any type of game. If you want to get some type of bonus, private server or not, right? Also want to ask anyone interested in premium groups. We already have 4. Any last person, preferably a healer for a group. I do keep posting every hour on Bronzebeard and Ascension servers. Oh, you guys are grouping up questing? You guys are gonna nail it. Good luck. Have fun. Alright. Will there be new armor and mounts, or will the only new ones be those in the store along with new equipment? Many new pieces of armor, weapons, and mounts out in the world are from challenges, raids, and dungeons. So that was all those questions yesterday. Alright, new questions. Will there be dual spec? Yes, you can get dual spec in-game with gold and honor. You can buy dual spec with honor. There's actually a multi-spec as well that includes your mystic enchantment slots. Gold and honor for dual spec, that's huge. Scaling gray mobs to green scale loot 2. With scaling, items that drop are scaled to the level of the creature you killed. You can also just turn off scaling entirely. Oh, okay. So I guess turning off... So turning off level scaling technically turns off item scaling as well. I guess that makes sense. Because the creature you killed is... The item is based on that level. Okay. Please confirm whether Stones of Retreat will be available. Yeah, we want to race 60 solo zombies. Oh, bro. I appreciate your sub. I don't know how to say that name. I'm so sorry. I don't know how to say that name. What is the Discord? You can grab it on their website. So I'll show you real quick. Ascension.gg. Everybody can pay. Oh, here's your countdown. Discord. Wonder if I could paste it. Let me get an invite link for it. Where's the Ascension Discord? Yeah, I'll paste it in a chat for you, in the YouTube chat. I got you, bro. Hang on, I got you. Oh my god, I have ads. I just pasted a bunch. The countdown lives. It does live. Wait a minute. Ah, there we go. How ghetto is that? And let's just poop that up right there. Yeah, look at that. No. No! What the fudge is happening? Ah, there we go. You like that? Oh, that's actually perfect. I like that. All right, let me open up this chat again. Okay. Oh, dude, Fury, what's up? Good to see you live. Are you excited for Bronzebeard? Am I excited for Bronzebeard, bro? Is the sky? Yeah, I'm excited. I'm really excited. Hugely excited. And Ija, I'm so sorry. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Thank you for the sub, regardless. I appreciate it. I think I need to make my sub sound louder. I may change it back to Dragon Ball. The big brain move came in clutch in the end. My brain is so big that it almost gives me a headache. All right. Please confirm whether Stones of Retreat will be disabled on launch. Stones of Retreat, except for Stormer and Orgrimmar, which everyone gets while leveling, will be disabled to launch realms first. Those are like basically Hearth Stones that take you everywhere. So that's good. For the LFG scaling dungeon, can we group as 5 friends of different one level and get the scaling? Yes, you just have to QV LFG and show this more in depth above. I tried Bronzebeard before Epoch came out on Ascension, but it was weird, like WoW Minecraft creative. Yeah, Bronzebeard's a lot more. It's a lot more crazy than Bronzebeard's a lot more crazy than a Epoch is. It's a lot more retail-y. Epoch's a lot more classic-y. Hang on, I gotta do something for work. There's just something up right now. It's the pain of streaming while actually working. Having some class choice paralysis. Feral Druid, Cat, Shadow Priest, or Sub Rogue. Mostly going to be soloing with a plan for focusing on Dungeons Endgame. Haven't played Alpha at all. Anybody want to offer some advice? I have 2 in either chat. Feral Druid, Shadow Priest, or Sub Rogue. I always like Druids. Honestly, you can't go wrong with a Druid. You can literally fill in any role at the end of the day if Feral doesn't go good for you. Ascension always seems confusing to me when I try. Too much going on. Maybe Bronzebeard would be better. Ascension, classless Ascension, is very overwhelming. It is very overwhelming. For me, too. Bronzebeard, I think, baseline is still classic. Just with some advanced metrics. Do the Hearthstones will stack like Mage Portals? They're spells. They're spells in your spellbooks. They're not going to actually be in your bag. I don't think they stack, though. Like, stack like retail Mage Portals. It might be like spellbook clutter, but they're not physically in your bag. I don't know, I'm still torn between Boomkin and Resto Druid. Can't make up my mind. Luckily, you can basically gear the same for both. Like, you can gear for both and be the same. Are guilds cross-faction? Yes, huge. But I will say, if you are a Tauren, there's a tax if you want to play with me. Can you add chess or brawling minigames to ends? There's also almost no reason to ever say it in an or anything to do inside of them. What? You get arrested experience. That was a weird question. Oh yeah, this was added recently. Well, nothing like that exists. There was a new rested mechanic added to ends recently that gives you bonus XP for a short time if you spend some minutes in an inn. It works on top of normal rested experience. Basically this, which I have this buff in game right now. Gives you, it's like an extra rested bonus buff, kind of like not exactly like Turtles rested with the survival camps, but somewhat similar a little bit. It's Bronzebeard going to be open for everyone? Yes, dude, it's open and free to play for everyone. Yes, but dual spec kind of expensive. Yeah, that's true, but you can still probably go into the Boomy Tree and still heal low level dungeons, even as Resto. End game, you'll have to probably shove out some money for it, but. With the new RPG gear drops, does every NPC have a chance to drop the gear they're wearing? All humanoid creatures in the world drop their gear. Huge. The only exception is civilian NPCs like vendors and such that would encourage griefing. Yeah, that's funny. Last night's patch on the PTR raised it to 8%. I did see that this morning actually. I was on the PTR. But I'm unsure if that is carrying over to live. I think it is. Probably. This was actually... This is maybe a dated screenshot. He posted this a couple hours ago. Are there more custom or pack ported dungeons and raids planned? Yes, keep an eye on teasers. I'm excited for new dungeons and raids, especially like scripted by Ascension. I'm interested in having no experience bonuses at all. I know they can be disabled via the Destiny Weaver, but I still get Titan Scrolls that says I'm getting extra XP. Am I actually getting that experience, or is it a dead buff that's not actually doing anything? If you disable experience bonuses from the Destiny Weaver, you will not be getting any bonuses regardless of the buffs you have. So Titan Scroll buffs are like realm-wide buffs, right? There are experience bonuses in those. I've seen a couple of those. Oh, this is interesting. Do profession bonuses exist like Urban giving that hot? No profession bonuses on Ascension. Huh. Well, I guess maybe that... I think that's a good... It's a weird change, but I think it's a good one with that, because there's that item that gives you... Oh. You can have multiple primary professions if you buy the item in the shop, and so you could have all of these bonuses. So disabling this is a good change. To combat that item and the buffs you get from it. Thought Titan Scrolls are zone-wide, not realm-wide. Apparently, Dutch has been saying zone or realm-wide in every explanation he's had of them. So I think they're realm-wide. I think. Let's see. Gotta give it the old hand here. Can you group as a 5 in RDF when doing the selection of increased difficulty playthroughs? I imagine this essentially neutralizes the difficulty changes. There are solo and group trials you can do. The solo ones enforce solo gameplay, whereas others allow you to group at various sizes. There is hardcore trio trial, for example, where you must complete every dungeon while the appropriate level with only 3 people. Okay. Will there be a random dungeon fighter with ports directly to dungeon, or how will it work? Yes, there will be. Yes. There are random dungeon finder dungeons. The new dungeon Torwatha can only be accessed via random dungeon finder. But you can, and those dungeons scale. So you'll be like you can get a higher level in those dungeons. But if you walk to the dungeon, it's not scaled. Is PvP BIS test locked with arena ratings or marks? I think I think it's honor and marks right now. I'm not sure about the arena stuff. Let's see. Is level scaling recommended for new players or turning it off? Trying to. Sorry. Okay, is level scaling recommended for new players? Turning it off is more vanilla experience, I assume, but scaling feels better. The scaling works a lot different than what people expect. All it really does is stop mobs from going gray. They are the appropriate level, and then once they reach that, where they would turn gray, they just stay green. It isn't like other RPGs with scaling where it invalidates all sense of RPG power progression. It just simply allows you to get experience to relevant items while finishing a quest zone or playing with a friend of a different level, and that's how you'll be deciding whether you want it on or off. So there's level scaling, but it's not crazy level scaling. Like it doesn't, like, it just turns gray. It doesn't make you feel sad or anything. I guess that's the way to put it. How will the mercenary mode work on Bronzebeard? Will opposite factions have a way to quest together in a party, or is mercenary mode mainly focused for world PvP fights? There are a lot of open world PvP and high risk changes coming in the article that will be put out today. Alright, so new article coming out. Huge time, big time. And we'll talk about it briefly here. So you can cross faction group with anyone at any time. If someone cross faction in your group is in PvP combat and you can only help them you can only help them if you were flagged as a mercenary. If you were not, you cannot heal or buff them really in any way. Oh. Yeah. You become a mercenary by casting a 10-second cast time spell in your spellbook. You get this at like level 20 when contestant zones become available. Mercenary mode flags you for free-for-all PvP. If you want to turn off your mercenary status, you have to go to town, and then you can use a For the Alliance or For the Horde spell to turn free-for-all off. This maximizes both the best being able to group with anyone at any time and opening up opportunities for the most world PvP without it being cheats. Mercenary for hire. Okay. Will there be flying mounts on Bronzebeard Realm that opens tomorrow? No, that's stupid. You cannot fly on Bronzebeard, but you can use flying mounts on the ground. If you don't want to see other people on those mounts, you can disable spell cosmetics on character creation, or in the wardrobe. Will RDF group scale to your level even with level scaling disabled, or just get in a group with players around your level? Yes, RDF always level scales. We talked about that a second ago. If you want unscaled dungeons, you can just run to them. How do I fart in WoW? I think you just type /fart and you're good to go, man. Probably a dumb question, but want to be sure. As hardcore, you cannot trade or group with normies, correct? I believe so. If you're doing the hardcore trial, yeah. BBC hype, BBC hype, BBC hype. What do you think is the best starting mage build? I have no idea. I think all mages. I'm assuming it's probably something frosty, but I've never really played a mage. Can people still play alpha? Yeah, alpha's still up until tomorrow. Alpha is still online. Oh, that was all the questions we had. You guys want to let's scroll through these teasers from the top, or if you don't want to get teased, don't look at this. All right, well that's not a teaser. Oh, this is kind of old. These are the new This is the new starting areas. I have to buy to play the alpha. You can buy with gold in other realms, or there's sometimes like keys in the Bronzebeard announcement Discord. But honestly, the server comes out tomorrow. So if you don't have alpha access by now, I wouldn't buy it or anything. I wouldn't worry about buying it. It's not worth it. Here's just some screenshots. What is the cheapest way to get a cross-realm purchasable unlock thing? Talking about the Vanity Collection sync item. Mage DPS wise, Arcane first, Frost second, Fire third, but very close to one another. Really depends on the situation. Yeah, there you go. I'm not really I didn't really start playing Mage until in retail. I didn't start playing it until closer to BFA. No, not BFA. Legion, which was really fun playing a Fire Mage, and then I rolled an Anniversary just to AOE level and get gear or get gold. I think the cheapest way, yeah, it's. I think the only way to get that on Bronzebeard right now is doing one of the bundles, because you can't. I don't think you can get this item anywhere else, right? Because you need this to bring over everything else. This is the cheap one, 180, and so 180 gold is like. Oh wait, no, that's definitely the expensive one. Yeah, I took him the expensive one. So it is like $30. Yeah, it's about $30. I think this is the cheapest way to do it. So you get apprentice writing right off the bat, like if you do this, like immediately. I don't know of any, James, I don't know of any other way to get this other than buying it out of the chest. That's all they mentioned in the Q&A. Oh, I don't even know if you can see this in the right. Let me try to center this for the vertical chat. So you get apprentice writing and journeyman writing right off the bat with this at level 1. Or are these still locked behind a certain level? Because on Bronzebeard, if you like launch Bronzebeard and go to the writing trainer, it's like locked behind. Let me check. I think there's no way Frost beats Fire and Bronzebeard for pure DPS. Ooh, we got a mage beef off? Ooh, just kidding. Is Fire like that? It's level locked, is it? Dude, why is there constantly updates to this game? Locks level 5. I know the novice riding is locked. I think it's worth it, but I don't think I want to play off the rip given my recent experience with the Bronzebeard Epoch launch. Oh, this is what the fudge? I was on like 2 hours ago and this wasn't in here. Oh, this is the new Goldshire, dude. Right, let's do some Exploradoring. Hang on. This just came out like in the last hour. I didn't even know where I was when I logged in. Wait. Are these new quests in here too? Mayor of Goldshire. Goldshire Generosity. Dude, this is crazy. This literally just came out. Oh, need F11. Oh, does it look weird in vertical? Yeah, the vertical chat may see a little bit differently here. Let me just do a full turnaround. This is Goldshire. I don't know what happened. The riding trainer used to be right here. It's Corbin, so. Oh, it's probably right here now. There we go. Okay, so Journeyman is still level 30. Apprentice. Okay. So if you do buy that, the bundle, you get this immediately. And it also gives you a mount. Yeah, this is the new Goldshire. Yeah, apologies to vertical chat. Let me. What's my opinion? What's my opinion on high risk PvP for leveling? You're a nut. I don't think it'll be that bad. Actually, it probably will be bad. You should just be careful. I would probably do war mode. So they said it's in. I don't know where the war mode option is. They said you could do it in any city. High risk has XP boost? It does. It gives you a 15% experience boost. If you buy a bundle, can you play right now? Servers don't come out till tomorrow. This is alpha still. Yes, you can look at your trials. I had it up. Here it is. These are all the trials. Trials are available on this little fist icon down at the bottom. You can see all the different trials you can do here. Along with different challenges you can do as well. Any page on them is in like web page. I don't think there's any web page about them. Oh, yeah, I can just scroll through them. Oh, these are challenges, trials. There's a lot of different ones. Yeah, there's also an NPC that does it for you. I'll look at the NPC. That Slade is yelling at us, Slade. Is there a hardcore? Oh, okay, so this is the new instance button they added. You can change your instance on the minimap. Like that. Can I go on PTR without downloading other client? No, you gotta download the PTR client, unfortunately. This is the high risk guy here. Wait, no, where is the high risk guy? So these are little. There used to be a person here that just like gave you high risk. I'm not sure where... Oh, by the call board it is. Our PvP vendors there. This is just arena cosmetics and stuff. I'm kind of hyped for high risk PvP for the 15 experience boost. I might try it a little bit, but if I get jumped, I'm not doing it anymore. What DPS spec do I suggest you play on Bronzebeard? Oh, there's a lot of people on right now. This is just some extra stuff. Blah, blah, blah. What DPS spec you suggest me to play on Bronzebeard? Honestly, whatever you like. There's not really any like major. I'm gonna play a paladin, but there's not really any like. I don't think there's any like tier list or anything right now. Do I think Elemental Shaman would be good? Shamans are always good. Where's the high risk option? Am I missing it? They said you could turn it on in any city or town in your spell book. Turn on war mode. You think there'd be many paladins? Oh, paladin's like the most overpowered class. Woodcutting is a secondary profession. The only use I know of right now is for daily quests. What challenges do you think I should take, which is rewarding but less hectic? This one. You don't get to mount your whole thing. Challenger, Millhouse Mana Storm. Oh, bleh. Duh. Oh, I gotta be level 20. I can't even do it. I have to be level 20 or higher to select a rule set. Yeah, sorry, I was being dumb. I have like 12 things going on, including like my work. Let me make sure these people are good. Hang on. Okay. Yeah, sorry. It is this lady right here. Yeah, I was being stupid. When can you buy a mount? You can buy a mount really early. The training is 40% training is like free. Oh, I am in war mode. How did I turn this on? Is joining a guild at start will be helpful, or can I wait till 60? You can join a guild whenever. There's no rush in joining a guild. Broken Lab Mouse, thank you for the sub. Honor. Whoever asked me about PvP vendors. This is custom PvP gear also. Very expensive. Piero is getting pissed at me. I'm sorry. I was not paying attention. I'm so sorry. Hey, man. Yeah, I would definitely join a guild whenever you can. I apologize for that, Piero. It doesn't let me do it until level 20. Change the thing. Is this going to be free? Yes, it will be free. Free to play. I'm able to get Seal Command in the form of Mystic Enchantment Glyph, correct? It's from the trainer. What's the cost of it? Let's go check out the trainer. But Honor, PvP gear is through Honor. Yeah. I don't know if you're... can you go into Stormwind as a Horde player? I don't think so, no. I have this. Yeah, you can only use the Stones of Retreat on your actual, like, faction-specific character. So high risk is level 20. Do we drop our gear? You can Felcom a piece of gear to like reserve it, so you lose gold instead of. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed a sub. I missed 2 subs. Broken Lab Mouse and Balaz Manyar. Thank you for the subs. Yeah, so you can mark a piece of gear as safe, and then you lose gold instead. Or you can just mark gear as safe, and then you lose gold instead, yeah. I'm a hunter. What am I doing? I thought I was on my paladin. My fault. Turtle WoW forever. I'll get this guy out of here, chat. Just kidding. Glyph of Seal Command. If it's a level 21. Oh wait. No, Seal of Command I think it's still baseline on the talent tree. It's still in the red talent tree, I think. I don't have a paladin. But if it's in the blue ones and it's only level 20, it's probably gonna be only I think it's level 20 tier. Level 20 blue runes, I think, are like 5,000 runes. Let's see. I have 1950 from doing nothing. Because you can, Kyle Batch. Appreciate this, brother. Because you can collect these rewards, and it gives you runes as well that you can spend. I just got 2,500 from just collecting all my rewards. You can fell commune your gear so you can't drop when killed in high risk. Yep. Hey, is the picture of Bronzebeard the correct realm, or will a new Bronzebeard Reborn be on the main page? So the one I'm on right now is the alpha on the PTR client. In the live client right now, there is a Bronzebeard realm up, but right now you cannot create a character. So alpha PTR, you don't need to do it anymore. On the main page, on the realm select page, the server is technically up. However, it's not actually live. You can't create a player character. Yeah, fell communes over here. Where are all the players? This is alpha. Like, I'm just on alpha right now. The server comes out tomorrow. So there's not really that many people on, but they were all huddled around the call board. So, yeah, blue level 20. It's 2,000 runes. Questions. Is the real server launch tomorrow? Yes, it is tomorrow. I am on alpha right now. Alpha is getting wiped and removed, correct? And I will be streaming tomorrow, yes. And there will be videos of the gameplay of me on YouTube as well, yes. You'll be able to see the VOD of the stream, and as well as I'll be chopping it up. Piero, yeah, I think you may not be live on the stream, but yeah, we looked at the thing, the file commune. Character creation page. Yeah, character creation page is working, but you can't actually create a character on it. Yep, it's confusing. What's the best tank? I have no idea. I'm gonna play prop paladin probably. Please tell me one thing. I can't decide for myself, druid or shaman. Who is better to dive into on Bronzebeard? Shamans can tank. So there you go. I think if you want something super new, do a shaman tank. But I've always loved druid too. I mained a druid in several versions of WoW. Good stuff, good stuff. Alright, so that's all I really wanted to cover today. I wanted to go over the Q&A. If you missed that, it is available on the Bronzebeard Answers Discord. Dutch went over a lot. Had a video go live today talking about my thoughts. A lot of people asked me about a guild. If we got enough juice, we'll make the guild and we'll get people in it, do raids and such. I like raiding the most, so I want to raid. I'll be live tomorrow. I'll be live tomorrow morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern, 30 minutes before launch, whatever your time zone is. I'll be on all day for like 6-7 hours, and then I'll be on again tomorrow night after I take a few hours break to pick up the toddler from daycare. Right now, I have to go do my day job. I work from home, so I do have to sometimes drop and do my day job. So I gotta go call FedEx shipping manager software people and make sure they can fix something for me. But we got a lot of subs in this hour and a half. But if you did not see the questionnaire, this VOD will go immediately right back up on YouTube. A lot of good stuff, a lot of answers, do a lot of easy questions. Less than 20 hours away. I am super excited. We have been so spoiled with launches recently, like with just classic launches. It's going to be really exciting. The launch day is the most fantastic day to be playing a private server. I mean, if you want, you can buy the bundle. You get your Vanity Collection thing. I'm up in the air. I may spend the 30 because I already have some DP on the account, but we'll see. But I do have to hop off here tomorrow. No hopping off. I'm off work for my 9 to 5 tomorrow. I'll be on all day. So hope everyone enjoyed Q&A again on the Discord. Check out the VOD as well. New video came out yesterday. No, it didn't. It came out today, a few hours ago. Talking about my plans. Go check it out if you haven't. But again, thank you all for watching, for being here. Very excited for Bronzebeard. Hope to see you all there. And what else? Oh, yeah. Nothing else. That was pretty much it. But I do have to hop off here, fellas. Thank you for all the support. See you all tomorrow. See you all tomorrow. Bright and early, 9:30 a.m. Everybody be there. Spam 1 if you're going to be there. You don't have to spam. But I do have to go. Bye. Bye.